Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, class. This is Professor Coyote. Welcome you back to our Let's Play of Civilization 6. I know it's been a little bit of a time, about a couple days since we got into this last, and we're definitely trying to get things going here with good old Civ 6. Now, I do want to open, after all, my aspect here to do a lot of this is to do some historical focus, and I just want to go over something really quickly. Just a little bit of our... just a little bit of history time. And one thing that's actually, I think, really cool that they had Teddy Roosevelt as the American leader now is this this feature here that sorry, Roosevelt has called the Roosevelt Corollary. Now, what this is in referring to is something that Roosevelt coined about the time that he was starting to do his gunboat diplomacy issues. Now, what that was that he built up the Navy so we could take on any sort of fire that kind of crept up in the Caribbean and Central America. In fact, that's what the Roosevelt Corollary means, and that units receive a +5 combat strength on their home continent. Basically, this is a corollary to what was known as the Monroe Doctrine. The Monroe Doctrine being coined back during President Monroe, although it was written by John Quincy Adams, that telling European powers to stay out of North and South America because that was firmly under the grasp of, well, ostensibly America. It was written to say that those in those continents would be the ones to handle those issues. What it really meant was, stay out of our backyard, we're America, we'll handle it. And that's what the Roosevelt Corollary was especially going towards Central and the Caribbean. This is where, as I said, this is where the gunboat diplomacy goes. That we had a bunch of Navy, we go around, we'd be the ones to handle issues in Central America. Europe could stay out, we're America, bully for us. So that's what's really interesting. That's history time for explaining what the title Roosevelt Corollary means and why you get that combat strength, because it means we're handling our own issues on our own home soil, or in quotes, home soil. So that's really something cool. We'll go over the national park system probably later, and of course there's this Rough Rider thing. But I just wanted to take a little bit of time. After all, my goal here is to take on a lot of these historical games and maybe do a little bit of history with them. So, a bully for Firaxis for adding that idea, and bully for us for being America. Okay, so it's been a little bit of time. So to remind you, we've managed to clear out. We've got Asia America here is the name of the continent that starts about right here. Well, so far all it's in it that we've seen is Hong Kong. We've got our scout here. Aha! We've now found Amsterdam, which is another city-state. Looks like they're still kind of, they can get us gold in the capital with envoys. That's actually interesting. We might end up doing that. Still haven't found any other civilizations yet, but I do see a second dotted line, but that might be their own border. So that's interesting. So there's Hong Kong and Amsterdam and Valedia, and then all the way up there is Valinus. So we found 4 minor civilizations so far, and so far 2 major civilizations. And then of course the barbarians, which they're going to get dealt with pretty soon, in fact. That's probably next turn. Alright, and we got 1 trade route going. Washington to Valletta, which gives us production and gold. And this trader will probably have another trade route started pretty soon. Alright. So let's get that going. Let's get that next turn. Looks like Philadelphia will have its 5th in there. Yeah, in fact, let's look. Let's see. Amsterdam's quest is send a trade route to them. So great, we'll do that pretty soon. We'll see if that trader is fixed now, or if we're going to send that another route down to them. Washington will have their 7th in a turn and a holy site. In fact, what I might do is I might do a settler out of Washington then, because we need to get that 3rd city going, because I do realize we're really low on our military. We're having a high on science, but that's about the only thing we're leading in, and that needs to get fixed. Alright, so drama and poetry will also pop next turn. Okay. Boom. Alright. That's helping to improve Philly there. So Philadelphia should start getting really going, because now they have... There we go. Now they have their third production. And let's swap them... Nope, that's already there. Okay. So we're still going to... Looks like we're still going to forego the food, just so we can get that production cranked up. But that's fine. Okay. So let's go next turn. The Sumerians are running around, but they're not really a threat yet. They haven't declared war or anything. We have open borders with them, so I'm not too worried about them showing up. Yeah, they're dealing with barbarians. In fact, we have now reached
the poets have been mysteriously silent on the subject of cheese.
All right, well, we have reached the classical era, and that is because we have reached the classical era as far as enough of our trees. We had drama and poetry, which hopped us in there. So we can take state workforce, which is boosted due to build any district. We can get production towards wonders, and we get unit maintenance reduced by gold. Or we can take political philosophy here, which gives us 3 new government options and some diplomatic options. Well, that's boost because we met 3 city-states. We can also take theology. I don't think we can take political philosophy yet because we haven't got... We need state workforce for that, so we might as well take state workforce. So all theology gets us is a temple, a wonder, and some policies. But we're going to take state workforce after all. So, okay. And we can take a major victory there. And we'll reinforce him. Okay. So Washington, as I said, we're going to do a settler, but we're having an issue because we're not meeting enough for the current settlers, which should actually be fine once the holy site fires. But we'll see. Okay. Got enough food, so you know what? Let's production that. Yeah. Okay. Alright, and when they're not happy, you get a minus on your citizen growth and minus to the non-food, meaning the production or gold yields. Because they'll work for their food, but they're not going to work for anything else. Alright, so we'll have to see how that goes. Meanwhile, Philadelphia's putting along pretty well there. Where's our scout? That's not our scout. Where is our scout? We had a scout around here somewhere. I hope I didn't kill him. Interesting. Maybe he got converted. Because that used to be our scout, but now he's showing barbarian, which is odd. Okay, so the roads got upgraded. Found new city safe leaves, and looks like Gilgamesh, yeah. They still have Stonehenge, okay. Oh, I know what the issue is. I was still in citizen mode. It's like, what happened to the scout? Why is the scout gone? Why is all the rum gone? Okay. So I think what we're going to do... Let's see what we can buy. We can buy not much. Alright, so... Right, we'll have to see what goes there. Our next option is probably going to end up being a settler out of there. Okay. The Sumerians killing a barbarian there. Germany apparently is going to be Catholic now. And we have all those issues there. Okay, now it looks like they did book out of there, which is fine. We'll just chase that. Alright, we'll kill their scout, but not the puppy. Because we don't want to kill the puppy. And that does get us experience. Which is why it's always good to go out chasing barbarians. Because if you're not, even if you're not military based, you can still get XP for your warriors. Okay. Ah! So our district fired. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to do a settler. That'll get us in 7. And that should help the amenities issue because it's going to lower the population by 1. Okay, there's nothing we can do to help the production. Okay. Now, admittedly, I am being a bit slow. As I said, this is kind of more of a feel-around campaign. Oh, in fact, we found another city-state of Hattusa. They got a science, so they're kind of an advanced science kind of thing. It looks like. Oh, interesting. I'm just gonna have to keep chasing them just because. Yeah, because that's the important part. It looks like they've got kind of a leg up on us on speed. But that's fine. Okay, so it's nice to see we've got all these city-states that we could potentially vassalize, well, not vassalize, but conquer or trade with, that kind of thing. We're getting pretty good on the influence points, but we won't get the another 100 for a little while. But yeah, things have been going pretty good. We had Thanksgiving with the family. And that's always good. I'm very close to my family. So having a nice, happy holiday like that definitely helps my own sense of happy, basically. And mostly just been waiting to start teaching again. I substitute teach now, so it's largely waiting for calls, that kind of thing. Oh, there we go. We got a recon unit. So we have another free scout, who will have him go this way. There's silver down there. Let's check really quickly what it recommends on settlers. Obviously, this area is all busy. So it's going about what I thought was this area that was heavy. We got silk and sheep and rocks and silk and sheep and copper. So if I put, like, say, right down here on the stone, it'll spread out to all these eventually. So that's probably where we're going to go with that settler that's built in about 5 turns. Yeah. I think that's going to be a perfect thing here for our 3rd city. Don't know if it's going to be Chicago or what, because we went from Washington to Philadelphia. So it might go to Chicago, or it might go to, say, New York. If we want to go by historical perspective, it would go to New York, because Philadelphia was the first capital, and then it would go to New York, and then down to Washington. Alright, so currency is going to pop next turn. That'll help our trading. I'm wondering if maybe Sumeria is going to take on Valletta here.
Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants.
Okay, so we could have a commercial hub here, which gives us an extra trade route. And it also allows us to build markets, which give us gold citizen slots and merchant points. So that might be something to think about, wanting to turn one of our cities into a merchant district. But in the meantime, it's suggesting celestial navigation, finally going after that, which that would only take us 13 turns to do, or we could finally... You know what, we'll finally do archery. We've been trying to think about doing archery forever and a day. And it will build us some of our ranged combat, which we desperately need. And then we'll have Stake Workforce pop next turn as well. And we'll have them. And we'll have them go down this way. Looks like it's a bit of a polar region down here. So the poles are here and here, of course. And our new recon, I don't know why he went south. Alright, we'll go the next turn. But yeah, I was happy to have a good holiday with my family. It's always really nice. And we're getting ready to... Me and the wife are planning on going to Salt Lake City for Christmas, so that'll be interesting. I haven't actually... Actually, I haven't really been anywhere else for Christmas except maybe Southern California. So I guess I really will have a white Christmas, depending upon...
It is equally important to have a happy and engaged workforce, as it is to have a profitable bottom line.
Oh, there we go. Now we have this inspiration... I'm sorry, these, I believe they're... These are probably wild card ones. Yeah. Which we don't have anything to really go... These all give, looks like, great points. We could put back there, but nah. I think we're doing good for right now, but we will do a civic. It's wrecking theology for our faith. But I'm thinking of going with the new government options. So we get some of those wild cards. In fact, I might go with the oligarchy. That way we can have one in everything. Yeah. Plus, you get the land melee units that get even more strength. Combat experience units get automatic bonus, and we get 3 influence points as opposed to 1. So that actually would be really nice. I mean, all 3 of them get that. But Classical Republic does amenity and bonus great person points, and Autocracy gives bonus to wonder production and +1 boost to all yields. So right now, with the way we're going, oligarchy is probably our best bet. Alright. I'm playing a little bit too much EU4. I keep doing different things there. Alright, so we'll keep moving on. There is a Barbarian, Slinger. These guys are healed, so they can fall back. Alright. Oh, and we have a production needed in Philadelphia, it looks like. They finished their granary. Okay. So, we can make a holy site or a campus. We could do a theater square or that commercial hub. You know, just because we have somebody that needs a trade hub... let me check really quick. Making 7 production. We've just about almost maximized our production. We could swap that for that, though. That's probably about the one thing we can do for more production. We'll be getting another citizen in 2 turns. You know, let's see. It says theater square, but I'm thinking commercial hub. Yeah. We'll put the commercial hub. Yeah, probably not a good idea to put it right on food, but we don't really go on that, and we've got food aplenty thanks to the rice, so. Yes. Oh. Heading no. Alright, so we'll have the commercial hub go there. Wait. We're going to have one of these jungle ones pop next turn, in about 8 turns, so not a problem. And we can always buy one. Okay. There's always the option to purchase with gold as well, but let's see. Well, we don't have... Ah, okay. That's why they wouldn't also let us do the trader, is because we don't have the capacity, but we should be getting the capacity out of Philadelphia in about 21 turns. Hopefully, once we get that extra citizen, that'll lock down. Okay. I'll go along here pretty well. Oh, Gilgamesh wants to say, aha! Well, great. Should have known that there was going to be an issue. So Gilgamesh is going after us for funsies. They're declaring war on us. We do have inspiration, which gives us intent going towards defensive tactics. Now, this is going to be a frustration because all of our warriors are out here. They got tactically smart. In fact, we'll get a little bit tactically smart too. Let's hire a spearman or warrior. We're going to hire a spearman here to defend our capital. I hate to waste the money, but it's kind of our fault for believing that Sumeria wasn't going to do anything, so... And meanwhile, we've got these warriors out in the field, so, yeah. Okay. Now, the good thing is what Sumeria doesn't realize is that actually we're off, I mean, we're kind of decent against them. We're a little bit higher than them, especially once I bought that spearman. We could probably, I wonder if we could get a little bit of help from Barbarossa. Okay, just as I thought, they have a second city somewhere. Alright, so it looks like they're not going to be able to help us, but we should be able to help ourselves, so... Yeah, once this is over, I'm thinking that we're going to keep that war going with Sumeria and punt them for this treachery. This treachery, I tell you! We've been nice to Sumeria, and they just go ahead and declare war on us? Sumeria, Sumeria. I know it says that you declare war because your deity says to, but, we don't play that. I mean, we do have our faith in our God, but we aren't going to just backstab somebody without a good reason. Tisk, tisk. Okay. So right now they're just moving around. All right. So we can get a stalemate versus these guys, a major defeat or a minor defeat. Or a decisive victory if we fought against the slingers. Well, there's not much to do right now except just sort of prepare for it. We should still have a more military strength than them. But, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. So we're still at it's like we'll do as... You know what? We'll go with that. They're damaged. stalemate, but at least we did some damage to them. And we get a little bit of XP from our spearments, so at least that's better than nothing. Oh, I see. That must be a turn we were waiting on, so. Alright. It looks like they're destroying everything we've got, which is frustrating again, meaning that we had to rebuild it all. Yeah, they pillaged 2 of our improvements. Okay, so we can get a decisive victory against these slingers. Which I think we do that. See, we might want to keep them... No, we'll have them go out that way. Hopefully, they'll know to leave the settler alone. Okay. Sorry about the quiet. Just gotta kind of figure things out here, because, yeah, things are a little bit difficult. Alright, so we do that. We'll have Washington. What they'll do is, because we kind of need it right now, we're going to build the walls. At least, they've destroyed our pasture. We're going to have to rebuild some things, it looks like. And they've also destroyed our holy site. Oh boy, we found a tribal village, but, okay. Let's see here. Major defeat. Well, we can't go after that one. Well, we'll have them go onto the home base. Okay, so it looks like there's some missionaries here. And we've got our settler here, which I think we're still having them go. We'll have to chase them off. Okay. Meanwhile, Philadelphia's having some issues because we need some amenities in there. So that's going to slow down production. It's just all flavors have messed up right now. But at least we're vastly passing Sumeria. Let's see if we have enough money for this. They pillaged our holy site, meaning that we'll have to fix it. If we can. Oh. In fact, they're trying to take our trader now. Looks like. Okay, so let's see.
I shot an arrow into the air. It fell to earth. I knew not what.
Okay, so that starts archery. We'll get a decisive victory on them, which will help our settler. I mean, yes, it's going to be a major defeat, but at least we're doing some damage to them. Alright. And this also buys time for Washington to build city walls. Okay. In the meantime... Let's see. We could. It's still saying celestial navigation, or we can go for engineering, or let's go with horseback riding since we've got the horses. And that'll give us some cav to go against them. Right now, our warriors are kind of hurting, so we'll have to see what's going on. What unit? Which unit needs orders? Okay. I guess that scout needed some orders. So let's apparently we can go around the world. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do with that scout. We've got that scout here going, let's go that way. And a barbarian scout. So they won't mess with our settler much. Meanwhile, these war carts just seem to keep trading back and forth and back and forth. I mean, you can see that, obviously. Sorry. Huh. That's going to be interesting. We've got barbarian. In fact, let's have our settler fall back for right now, because I don't want the barbarians taking on our settler. Okay. It looks like our spearmen can take a minor defeat against the war cart, which won't kill them right out, but at least some damage towards them. Okay. And while the settlers just sort of dance around, and he's got his orders, and the wells will be built in 4 turns, and the commercial hub in 16. So Sumeria is really grinding my gears here. Alright, let's just check. Do a quick time check. Okay, so we're going to have to leave this here. We're already in the middle of the Sumerian war.
The opportunity has arrived for a change into a new and more powerful system of government.
Politics is the art of the possible.
Alright, so that's what we're going to do. As soon as we get here, we're going to change our government to an oligarchy, which, in fact, will give us more combat strength, which will help, more experience, and will allow us to do these diplomatics. So we'll go with influence points, and we'll pick our great point next episode. So thank you very much for joining us. I hope you have an excellent rest of your day. And with that, class dismissed.